Now, if anybody's wondering, who is this Sonny guy?
Baseball was my whole life back then, until I turned about 12, and I ended up being a late bloomer. I'm a full-size man now. COVID hit, and right before that, I had started a meme page, Group Chat Golf. I actually owned a dry cleaners and a tailor shop in between there, too, for 3 years or two. And most people don't know that I'm both either. I said,
no.
I'm gonna need some sunblock, my man. I knew he'd have it.
Oh, God, that's good.
These guys, they're like, oh, those are marshals.
The marshal and the starter are two different guys, too. I think the marshal has to be the yeller, He's got to go confront people out on the course. He's a special person to be able to do that.
Welcome back, everybody, to Pull Hook Golf, the podcast. I'm your host, Matt Cook. Tonight, we've got the Buttsy. Whoa, the people really got after that one for you, Buttsy.
Oh, he's the same guy.
We have, and your eyes aren't confusing you. This is not Brent Grant. This is our special guest tonight who goes by the Instagram handle of Officially Sonny.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Very nice.
Happy to be here. Honored, really.
My God, we're happy to have you. This is going to be an awesome episode. And what a time to jump on, too, because we've got some breaking news that happened today. But, folks, we're going to go over with the tee-off report with Buttsy. We're going to set the table here for everybody. So in case we've got some new listeners or watchers, we're going to start with the tee-off report with Buttsy. Then we've got our special guest, Sonny, here, who... Yeah, we'll get into you, Sonny. This is going to be a lot of fun tonight. We've also got a TGL recap because there's been 3 matches, and actually one's going on right now while we're recording this. We've also got the upcoming Cognizant Classic, so you got to be cognizant around this classic because it's going to be one hell of a golf tournament out there. See what I did there, Buttsy? See what I did? It's incredible.
Daniel's going back.
We've also got some big-time Bryson DeChambeau news and updates that we broke earlier today. We're going to get into the sources and where that all came from, the credibility behind it, and so forth at the very end of this episode. And as I was just mentioning, we also just got a text message from the same source around somebody else, a little Brooks Koepka action that we will find out about in addition to that. So, without further ado, we do want to give a shout out to our sponsor, though. Good old Devereux Golf. Butsy's got it on. Look at this. And Johnnie Walker, by the way. We've got the collection there. Johnnie Walker Golf. Butsy's got it rocking. I've got the hat on from Devereux. I got the little cardigan, and I don't know if you can see it, but...
Pull it off.
Oh, yeah.
I can't pull it off. You don't want to see that. We do have, I thought they were lobsters at one point, but they're not. They're actually scorpions. So real excited about that. Very comfy cardigan, by the way. Good old DevereauxGolf.com. So DEVEREUX golf.com. Utilize the promo code PullHookGolf20 at checkout for 20% off your entire order at DevereuxGolf.com.
Real quick, Matty, it's a desert golf brand. Those definitely aren't lobsters. Just
The desert lobster.
I guess, yeah, you could say
Kind of is, yeah.
desert lobster.
Oh, man, and we've got a whole audience right now in the show that is all chiming in. We absolutely love it. Kyle over at Cart Barn Guys. We've got Brian Shane tuning in here. We've got Truck Golfer. We've got Austin Whittington. Where's Austin? There's his. We've got Golfer HD. Giving you guys a little bit of a shout out here tonight. So thank you for joining, adding in your comments throughout. But let's get into the tee-off report with Buttsy, how we normally get started with these episodes. Buttsy finds a way to really ease us into this whole night. So Buttsy, we were out there on Sunday playing a little thing called golf, which, is a new experience for me. I haven't been out there since November, so it was quite a great time out there. But Buttsy, tell me.
Well, I'm going to back up a little. I hadn't seen you in a while, and you definitely haven't been probably going outside, period. And
Talk about the white legs.
Yeah, well, maybe go to a tanning booth or something. Like, you look like a fucking cadaver walking around out there. You really did. like the movie Powder. Like that's an old reference, but like you were very albino. Like, it was cool. It was cool. Like
Yeah.
a zombie. What was the question?
Let's start off with that first question once again here. So we were out there on Sunday. We saw a gentleman driving around quite a bit. But what are your thoughts on golf course marshals?
Yeah, classic, not really doing shit and like occasionally looking at a fucking clipboard with nothing on it and just looks okay, then driving off again. Look, I found this out. So I ran a course for a very brief amount of time, and we're doing staffing, and they hand me everybody that's on the books, and you're going through payroll, and you're looking at all this shit. And I was like, well, who are all these guys? And they're like, oh, those are our marshals. Yeah, they don't like really work here per se. They're more like volunteers. I'm like, this has got to be like some sort of labor law or some bullshit, but I like the idea, I would say, of a marshal or somebody that has the credibility to go out there and actually fucking move the pace of play along. But I would say in my golfing adult life and as a kid, 90% of the assholes that you run across that are sitting in those carts driving around are exactly that. They're volunteers. They're almost dead, and they have no fucking clue what's going on. They get a call from Joey in the shop. And they get startled and they come up and they fucking yell at you for a real quick second. And some people are so fucking brain dead that pisses them off. And that's a spiraling thing. Everybody's having a bad time. So all in all, I like the concept. I think it's just a very broken system currently.
I love the description, by the way, like the verbal description of the guy in the golf shop hopping on the radio going, hey, we got a group out of place here. Johnny, go get him. Johnny, get over there. Get on him. Speed him up. Help them look for their golf balls. Get over there. And all of a sudden, that old guy just woke up from his slumber. His radio just goes wild.
Shit himself, like,
oh my God, I've seen it. I've seen the shit stains down the back. Yeah.
Oh, it's like you.
No, that poor old guy got startled. Like he was taking a nice nap. Actually, this is a true story. Once caught one of our marshals underneath a tree having a nice little siesta. Got completely startled. When we actually drove up right alongside him and we're like, hey, how's it going, Barry? Barry, just out of nowhere. Like, my God, you guys startled me. No shit, Barry, you were asleep.
Yeah.
All names are fake and protected, by the way. So Barry's not really.
Well, yeah. So that's my take. I don't know. I mean, maybe that's a little hurtful, or I don't know, but that's just what I see. I mean, Sonny, maybe you can weigh in on that.
No, I think you're right there. I think the marshal and the starter are two different guys too. I think you got to keep in mind the starter is the marshal has to be the yeller. He's got to go confront people out on the course, and that's it takes a special person to be able to do that. Starter. Literally. But we know what they're all there for, I mean, we've all thought about it. You get your free golf and you work one day a week. It's a
good deal.
It's a good deal for them, yeah.
I can't blame those guys at all. You're right. I can't.
And I'm sure for the assholes, it's like I get to be an asshole for free golf. Like, yeah, I'm in. Like those guys are built for that.
It's a good deal when you think about it that way.
Right.
You would hope that your golf IQ or the people that you're playing with would at least be on par with like, all right, this guy's driving over here. There's only a couple things that he could be saying and like maybe ready to move it along anyways. But yeah, some people fight with those old fuckers and it's just rude. So
there's some battles out there. There's some war of words, so to speak. Get too many beverages in a couple of these golfers. They quite come back at those marshals.
Yeah. And then they're mad.
Yeah. Not an easy gig. Not an easy gig at all. I had a thought, but it's gone now. So we're going to move right into our special guest, Sonny, here, which, Sonny, every time that we have a special guest on, I got to find out, man, like, what's the origin story with you in golf?
Yeah. I mean, Little League Baseball was my whole life back then, until I turned about 12, and I ended up being a late bloomer. I'm a full-size man now, but, well into high school, I was small and baseball wasn't doing it for me. So when I was 13, right when I got to the big field in baseball, I was like, I can't do this. So I started playing golf right away after Little League. I was 13 and my parents would drop me off at 7 a.m. and pick me up at 8 p.m. at the par 3 course. And I just did it all day. And as soon as I turned 15, got a job at the golf course, went to college for professional golf management only for 2 years, came home, got an assistant pro job. And then I just lost my love for it for a little while, took a couple of years off, and then COVID hit. And right before that, I had started a meme page, Group Chat Golf.
Oh, yes.
And I did that for, I think I went full time with that after like 2 years. I actually owned a dry cleaners and a tailor shop in between there too for 3 years, which is like a family business that I knew very well. And so after the golf thing, I sprinkled that in for a little while. And thank God I made my way back to golf like on my own terms, because it's sick now. But I've been doing the Sonny videos only for about a year. So before the year, no one knew my face really. Most people just knew like Group Chat Golf, and my memes got posted a lot by like Zaire and PGA memes and those accounts. No one really knew who I was. And then the Sonny videos started taking off too. And most people don't know that I'm both either. When they find out, they're always like, "Oh, I had no idea you're Group Chat," because I've talked to everybody in the DMs on Group Chat Golf, right? But nobody really knew who that was. So I couldn't be happier. I love golf. It's all I got. Not all I got. I have plenty, but I love it so much, man. I wake up, I put my golf clothes on, and I'm like, what kind of video can I make today? So,
okay.
Do you have golf clothes or do you have clothes that aren't golf clothes, or is that like a very?
I got some, but yeah. Now, I would say I was big into the tees last year, like t-shirts, but I'm with Original Penguin now, so I got back into my. I like to go for like the assistant pro look. That's my
robe.
That's where you feel at home.
I don't. Yeah, no head pro. I'm capped at an assistant. A little baggy, the undershirt kind of thing.
I'll say this right now. The assistant pro.
Okay, I do.
The assistant pro is the lifeblood of American golf. Okay, they are the ones that run the show.
Imagine being a lifetime assistant pro. That's got to be one of the toughest lives you could live.
That's brutal.
That's like working for the post office for 20 years.
with no pension after you just
exactly
you're just done.
No pension whatsoever.
Just 4 billion people paying to play golf and sailing off to have a good time for 5 hours while you sit in the shop and just listen to the next asshole grind your balls on a $28 tee time. Whew.
Now, if anybody's wondering, who is this Sonny guy? Folks, go on to Officially Sonny on Instagram, and that's with an O, not a U for Sonny. Go on there and just go into that reel and look at all the comments. It's absolutely priceless, and you'll thank me later. We do have a question here. So Trot wants to know, what's Sonny's real job? Funny dude. Hopefully it's just that.
Now it is. Yeah, luckily it's still a grind, but I'll take it for the freedom any day.
Oh, absolutely. Rather than being at the course all the time and grinding. Yeah. I mean, my God. Now, you also, as you mentioned, you have Group Chat Golf. So both of those accounts, by the way, have over 100,000 followers on Instagram. So the question that I ask every Instagram influencer, I'll say, even Buttsy, I've asked this to him numerous times. What makes a successful page on Instagram?
I'm not an influencer, bro.
Content creator.
Oh, there you go. Content creator. I like that better.
Storyteller. I think being consistent is the biggest thing. When I started Group Chat Golf, I posted 5 to 10 memes a day for the first year. And I gained 100,000 that first year. And then Officially Sonny, I made one of those videos every single day for the first 6 months probably. And I think I probably did about 100,000 that first 6 months too. And then you kind of take your foot off the brake. But if you go, like if you post every day for 1 year with something you're passionate about, like I guarantee you're going to finish the year with 15,000, 20,000. Like people will find you. So just being consistent and being yourself, and honestly just following whatever it is you're passionate about. If you get to talk about that every day, like it's never going to feel like work, and it hasn't yet. So
that's incredible and falls perfectly in line with everything that I preach. I mean, I do podcasts, so literally I've got a bunch of podcast clients. I obviously do this show, the Pull Hook Golf Podcast.
Did you go to college for that? Because you have a voice for
Dude,
media.
Doesn't
like
he?
Yeah, he does. Just like the cadence and everything, it's really good.
just over time of doing podcasts and teaching, teaching people how to have like a cadence and like how to emphasize certain words in order to make it more impactful, things along those lines.
I mean, just the way you're doing it is crazy. It's insanely good, man.
It's so
Did you listen to sports talk radio or anything?
So Dan Patrick is my absolute favorite. And then I got to say, I love the energy that Pat McAfee brings to the table. So I like to think of this show as kind of the merge between the two of those guys, where you kind of have a serious Dan Patrick, but his cadence is so good and his comedy is so dry. And then obviously with McAfee,
better, honestly.
Well, I'm trying every day. Listen, trying every day, but consistency is the absolute key to success. Whether this podcast, we've released an episode every single week for 3 years now. And we're coming up to our 3-year anniversary in March. And man, it's a grind, but as you mentioned, as soon as you do it all the time and you're loving it, it's not work anymore. It's just, it's an absolute blast to be able to do that.
And I will say about the video editing thing, it definitely helps, especially like YouTube. But the Instagram, I use this app called Splice, and I don't think I'd be able to use anything else. I don't even know what I'm doing. I talk for a couple minutes and then I split the video into a minute, and then I just put it out and put some black and whites in there. I don't have any video editing skills, but I think the cinematic aspect that I bring to it helps. And that's just black and whites and slow-mos. It's not,
but it's enough. It's enough.
It is. Yeah.
And
acting's not my thing. I'm not
bullshit. I call bullshit on that.
It's tougher when there's people around. I do that in a room by myself. It's easy that way. It's a little more pressure when you get in a room with St. Andre and Bev Boys and those people who can act. And but it's at the end of the day, it's all writing anyway. You still just got to write it and make it.
Oh yeah.
Well, I will say this about your editing: you found a template that you repeat, and it is perfect. It is so good because it hits, and the music you use too.
Dude,
it's just so good.
Really, because I even just started a new the "Hi, my name's Sonny." I was kind of running out. I think I could still go on and on with it, but then I just started doing this. This is a message for videos, and now I'm just going to run through that with every kind of golfer there is, and they're going to go crazy. So it's just that you do them out, and then you just do that little pivot, and it's all the same idea. You just keep running in circles around,
I want to say you did one
them.
On the guy at the golf course that is and I can't remember if this was exactly what you said on it, but didn't you do one around the guy who never plays and then all of a sudden just shows up and is says he hasn't played in 3 months?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So that was literally, I was thinking of you when we played on Sunday because I kept saying it and then I kept repeating I'll find it. It's eventually going to come. I'm going to find it. It's eventually going to come.
It always does.
It took 9 holes. I had a very bipolar round, as Buttsy will tell you.
Yes.
I went with a solid 48 on the front and a 34 on the back. So very bipolar.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Nice. So what are your handicaps? I know Butsy's a +3 or something.
Oh, God.
Butsy's good, man.
Some days, not really.
Best
so
hands.
What's your handicap?
Mine? So I've been trying to get it up. Yeah, basically. Mine right now, I've gone over the past year, I've gone from a +0.5 up to a 4, which, helps me out in some money games. Dude, after that 80...
He's already thinking about playing in the member guest with you over there.
Oh, yeah. After 82, out there this weekend with my bipolar round, I think it just put me to a 4.2. I hit that cap. They've got a new cap with the handicap system to where, if you don't play enough, you get capped out. So I was capped out for a while. I'm I can't be a 4 handicap and shooting 85s. Come on.
You can.
Yeah, I'm proof.
You just got to sprinkle it. Yeah. The fuck is that? Somebody walk in there?
We got door sound effects happening too.
I'm scared, me.
There was one comment from Anti-LIV that I do want to get to, Sonny, since we're on you right now. Is Sonny for or against LIV?
We're already there.
We're not there yet.
Against LIV,
you could be casual with this one to start.
Yeah. No, they gave me access before anybody else gave me access through my meme page, which I thought was cool.
That is cool.
So the first year that they were out there, we were going to events and we were asking players questions, which we had never been able to do. So the fact that they just gave that to us was nice. The product is, I wish somebody could figure out team golf the way that I want to watch it. I just, maybe the Ryder Cup's the only way to do that. But yeah, I don't know. I've never watched it on TV or on apps or anything. And I like some of the guys that are on it. Love some of those guys. Yeah. And I'm friends with some caddies on there. But, I'd rather it all just be one at this point. I mean, TGL is fine too. Like, if you want to do your little side thing, I'm not going to, really watch that either. But it maybe one day I will,
The matches are getting good, Sonny, I'm telling you. Which actually, I'm glad you brought up TGL because that's the next little point. I saw that you got the invite to come on out and you got to hold the microphone and everything, and you did your whole deal there.
Got to hit a shot too, right?
I did. I got closest to pin actually between everybody there. The good guys were there and everything. It was like
what's your
venue,
handicap?
I'm a 1.5.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah. The venue itself is awesome. So they were talking about using it for other things. Like if, say TaylorMade puts out their new driver or something, they're going to have the guys go in there and be able to hit it into the screen, rent it out to corporate events and stuff like that. So I think the place is really cool, but I don't know. I think it could be a little more exciting, I guess. And when I was there, one thing that I don't know if they've changed this by now, but you couldn't hear the players talking from inside because they didn't want each team to hear the other team over the speakers. So when you're actually in there, you're just watching it and all you can hear is Roger Steele. And I love Roger to death, but you can't hear I think watching it on TV is actually a better product.
I was going to say, like, when you're actually on site or you're in the stands or whatnot, that's got to be a whole different feel than what we're getting, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, that was something I didn't think about.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool being there watching the green spin while they're playing and stuff, but you can't really see it undulate. It's kind of it's tough to see that.
I don't think are they undulating it because I don't think they are.
Yeah, I think they just spin it a certain way. Yeah. But also, once I saw it undulate, I thought to myself they could easily undulate it, and I wouldn't be able to tell. Because they had to drop like 20 balls on it for me to see that little bit of movement, and I couldn't even hardly pick it up with my camera. So it's like
it would have to go up like 2 feet in one spot, right, for you to really feel it. Yeah.
But they let us take a flat putt, and then they moved it, and the second putt was like a foot outside left, and you didn't even feel it or anything. So
that is cool. Now, full disclaimer, used to work for the company that does all the technology. That's a virtual green that they have there. So with the virtual green, if you keep moving it, then you end up with creases within that turf. Like it doesn't set back perfectly, which I think is why they probably created one green like complex, because they use the same green complex every single match.
Wonder if they could use that for around. Right. Could they use it for baseball? Like, could you have a home run derby in there? Right? Like I don't know. Like into the screen, would it pick that up?
I think you could. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure you could. Yeah.
How big was that screen?
It's massive. I think it's like the actual numbers I'm not sure of. They were hammering it into our ears, but it's big. But people missed it. I saw Snappy Gilmore do the one-handed thing and pop one up and hit it over, but there's a net up top, so they caught it. But there were some people that missed to the left and right as well. So it's big, but you do hit from far enough back with your long irons and driver that you can easily miss it. Like if I just pushed a drive, like you could miss it.
Oh, really?
Like a spray. Like on one of my bad shots. Yeah.
Okay.
Like if you accidentally spray it 50 yards right or 40 yards, like which happens sometimes for me anyway.
It happens to the best
you
of
can
us.
miss it. Yeah.
I had a house.
When you're under 150, you move up like 20 yards or something, and then it's like pretty tough to miss from there.
Yeah. It's the simulator we really want in our house.
Yes, definitely.
It looks epic. Now, were you able to hit off of the grass or was it off of the turf?
I hit off the turf, but people were hitting off the grass too. I think they just put some mats down for us, but I didn't want to ask to, I felt like I was
big
very
fucking
low
divot,
tier.
guys.
Well, you
I
do
wanted
wonder, like, how
yeah.
thick it is, right? Because it can only be so thick to sit down into that slot that they have.
Yeah,
And it
I think
makes
it
me
is fairly
wonder.
thick. They grow it outside, I think, right
They
out
do.
back. Yeah, so they have like a greens guy right there.
I saw they had the host, right? Like he's riding out on the replacement patch, and I just couldn't help but like visualize myself riding out on that patch and just the chains break or something. It's just like crying, you know.
So unrelated, but I've been all back in on. You ever watch Gold Rush Alaska?
Oh, don't even get me started.
I'm on season 10 right now. Just thinking of the chains and dropping that thing, dude. That show. If you guys want to rewatch a show that's just full of chaos, go watch the first few seasons of that because oh man, that show hits. Every scene was a meme.
Is it Tony, the Scottish guy?
Yeah.
I would just want him to caddy on tour one time with like a
that'd be so good.
You're fucking sucking. You fucking suck. It's not my fucking problem. Oh my God, dude.
Sorry to go off on that, but I've been all in on that recently. Some days I no videos, just that.
Sonny, you fit in perfectly. This is a show of tangents, by the way. So we go down some rabbit holes on this. And I mean, that's why people, I feel like, enjoy listening to us rather than, the occasional golf chat that is way too perfect and structured.
I'm going to throw this at you. It's not real life based at all, but if you really want to binge something, I watched this like till my eyes bled. Maybe you've seen it. Landman.
Oh, dude, Landman is phenomenal.
Oh my
Big
God.
fan. Billy Bob Thornton, he's got something going on, man.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna check it out.
One episode in.
Yeah. I got a few more, like I have another month or so before it's golf almost every day weather. So
yeah,
I got to binge now.
Binge now or forever hold your peace, as they like to say. Let's get into the TGL recap. Since why not? Since we were just talking about it. Yesterday was a doubleheader, which, by the way, Sonny, if you haven't been watching lately, these matches are actually getting good because one of the things I told Buttsy and our audience in week one is that, well, first of all, week one sucked. Like, it was a blowout. It was boring. Like, we did a live companion show over at Devereux, and we were like grasping at straws trying to like figure out what else to say to keep it entertaining, and it just wasn't, right?
Now, we also watched it without sound and tried to narrate the entire thing, which
was even worse.
Might have been a life bogey there for us.
But there have been now, so one of the things is that with golf technology, there's nuances to this. So it is not the same thing as just going outside and hitting a golf ball, okay? Golf Digest actually just came out with an article today about it, talking about, these players are starting to figure it out. Yeah, obviously they are figuring it out. They're the best players in the world. They adapt to these different conditions and so forth. And now we're starting to see some really good freaking golf. Like, there's been matches to where, like yesterday's match where New York Golf Club went against LAGC. It's the biggest comeback so far in TGL history. I think there was only 4 holes left and LAGC was down 4-0 to New York Golf Club, just getting absolutely skunked. They came all the way back to tie it. And then it went to the playoff, which, by the way, is 40 yards of just like this ridiculous pitch shot that you have to hit over a bunker. And then it's up on that tier and sits up top. And so LAGC ends up coming all the way back and wins the damn thing. Now, New York Golf Club is feeling very much like the Mets, the Jets, like all the bad New York teams, okay? And it's not pretty.
That much? Okay.
It's not pretty. And then, by the way, we had Boston Common Golf with Atlanta Drive GC, and Matsuyama had his first appearance, okay? So he wasn't used to the tech, did not, he hit his first shot over the green, whatever, and he started saying things. And sure enough, all the players were like, stop, you're on a mic. People are going to know you speak English. So they're telling him to
you fucking liar.
It was blowing.
Genius. Yeah, you figure when a guy plays on tour for that long, he's got to pick it up.
Oh, he knows good English too. Like, he can speak very fluently. Like, it's not choppy at all. He just doesn't want to have to deal with the media, which is hilarious.
I actually thought
like, what the fuck?
No, he was like, no way, that went over the green.
It's funny. I I thought Ludvig had an accent because I had never heard him talk. Like, I'm the first one to say, anytime I have a chance to play, I play instead of watching golf. I do love watching golf too, but interviews and stuff like that, I don't keep like a close eye on it. And then I heard him on Full Swing today, and he just basically sounds like
normal,
like me. Yeah.
No, he is. He's like,
my mind was blown. I thought for sure it was like he was not speaking much English. His face just looks that way. And then now,
exactly.
He's a college kid, man. Like he's drinking Guinness while he arrived at TGL after winning the Genesis, and he's just like, they're like, "Did you sleep?" He's like, "Yeah, I slept," and just pounding a Guinness. And I'm about to go out and just rape some people out here on the course.
His golf swing looks like he has an accent.
It does.
Yeah,
he's good too.
Like that good. Guy's
talking about golf swings real quick. Sorry to get off on a tangent. Did you guys see this Jake Knapp deal where Jake Knapp actually hates the look of his golf swing? Have you seen this?
Dude, it looks so smooth. The way that he wraps his hands at the top for like that little bit of lag, it's very Buttsy-esque, but he swings, he gets to parallel.
Yeah. He keeps the lag nice and calm though, and like unloads it. I unload it like a fucking broken trailer. Like,
dude, Buttsy tried saying this last week. It was so good. He's like, yeah, my swing's just like Jake Knapp's. It's like, dude, you can't even get it to parallel.
I didn't even know he said that. But besides being a parallel, it is very hand. Jake Knapp also another original Penguin guy. So he's a fellow original Penguin.
Thank you. I'm feeling pretty.
That's why, Sonny, I lost it. I normally can keep my composure, but I feel like Buttsy sent you a text message, said, hey, slip this in there at some point. Matt's going to lose his mind when you say that his swing is like Jake Knapp's.
I've been commenting on that lag for years, man. The Buttsy lag is...
Matt's a little irritated, and I wasn't going to bring this up. I wasn't going to bring it out because I've been putting in a little work on the game, and Matt doesn't like getting out driven by 20 yards, and we saw that.
Maybe on like holes 1 through 4. I was trying to find the face of the golf club.
And on the back 9, like every hole. But,
not on the back 9. Now you're just smoking crack, my friend. That's no good. Nobody wants that.
Anyways, it's not about me. It's not about the length that I've achieved. We got to get past it.
Actually, Buttsy is a lot longer now. He is actually, I will attest, like him and Martin Chuck. You know who Martin Chuck is? That tour striker guy out here in Arizona. Yeah, he's got like the what's your training aid that he gave you?
The tour striker.
But that's the little one, right?
It's the blow up ball that you use just to keep separated.
Oh yeah, it gets in between your forearms.
It's a concept been around for ages, but the way that he kind of put it together, it's pretty easy to use. And yeah.
You got a little you're going to a conference, like a business conference. You got one of those lanyards that attaches to the ball.
I haven't gotten to the lanyard yet. I still use the arm strap. The lanyard's a very advanced stage. I'm not there yet. So.
Okay. All right. Didn't know there was.
He's gonna fucking love this. So go ahead and timestamp this part.
Brian here, the boom driver guy, he's actually back. You can find him on Instagram. The Hammer.
Oh, here we go.
He's trying to make a comeback.
Oh no, he's coming on the show.
I talked to him, bro.
Yeah, Butsy's been talking.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, I DM'd him too, and he gave me his number, and I was like, oh, I'm not gonna call you, but
I said, what did I DM him back? And this might have been some baiting, but I said, Jack, I think it's just ridiculous that even in this day and age, and the swings that you've posted as a recent, people still have a hard time believing that it's going 480 yards in the air. And I believe it. I do. Yeah. I see it. I see the power.
Yeah. See, that's one of those things that for people who've been playing golf for a long time, that hits. That guy is a legend to us. And it's like people who have only been playing for 10 years don't even know. They have no idea about the Hammer.
Dude, I would be watching the Golf Channel and all of a sudden one of those infomercials would come on. Boom! And it's like, whoa, that ball just went over a mountain.
He's probably by you guys somewhere, I would assume. Yeah.
I mean, I should go dig around upstairs. I'm pretty sure I still have an E-Club Type 2 jigger sitting around somewhere.
A Type jigger?
No. E-Club Type 2 jigger is one of the most prevalent chipping clubs ever made. $29.99 for payments, and it could be yours. I think Peter Costas holed out a couple times. back in the day on infomercial.
Yeah, that'll get it. That'll put it in the bag.
Fucking A, dude.
That's unbelievable.
Golf shit over the years is awesome.
God, where the fuck were we?
Infomercials were a big part of the first skits that I made a couple years ago on Group Chat Golf. Just because just infomercials are so easy to make over the top, and they're just so good.
They're so good.
The people in them are just electric.
Oh,
I remember working at a shop.
Guy.
Oh, that guy, he's in jail, I think.
No, he's dead.
Oh, no,
he
he's
died.
dead, yeah.
No, there's two. Billy Banks was the second one.
Billy Hayes Mays or whatever.
You're thinking of Flex Seal, I think.
No, Billy Mays Hayes.
Yeah, he
He's
did Flex Seal too, I think, but he is dead, Billy.
Rest in peace, Billy. Sorry.
Yep, he bumped his head on an airplane, I'm pretty sure.
He did. Yeah, you're right. That's
had a brain bleed. Yeah, that's that tism, bro. Just bringing those thoughts back. Wow.
Coming all the way back around, full circle.
Golf infomercials are fantastic, though.
Love them.
Yeah, or like somebody that shoots 130 and has played 6 times, walking into your shop and picking up a book by Bob Rotella.
Golf is not a game of perfect.
I hope that is a good read and you really improve from it.
I tell you what, started aiming at very precise items out there, like a leaf 312 yards away. I'm like, yep, that point of that maple leaf, I'm going right after that. Now, how in the world did we go from Hideki Matsuyama into the ShamWow guy? I have no idea. This is unbelievable action out of both of you tonight. We're not even getting into the rest of that Boston Common Atlanta Drive GC, folks. If you want to check it out, go to tglgolf.com and check out the results page, which Atlanta Drive won 6-3. I'm going to throw it in there.
Boston got eliminated. I do know that. Eliminated from playoff contention with that.
Somehow New York Golf Club is still in this thing. Like, I don't know how they're doing it, but Boston Common Golf has not won a single match. I think they are just, they're done. They're absolutely, which is great for Boston sports. Boston people love that, which you're a Rhode Island guy. Are you a Boston fan? I really apologize.
No, that's all right. I tried. I tried to work with them. They didn't want me. So
wow. I actually reached out to them.
LAGC.
I had LAGC, what's his Neil Hubman on, who's the president of LAGC, came on the show before they took down the SoFi Arena. Remember the sabotage, the arson that took place? Very smart on whoever's behalf that was, because that was not ready for action. And luckily this year they got it all ready. But I reached out to Boston Common, which they were the second club, and the Fenway Group, and they gave me all the contacts and everything. And I'm reaching out, nothing. They wanted nothing to do.
Well, they're getting Noah Khan, so they're doing okay, I guess.
They're doing all right. Listen, it's the season of the sticks, right?
Who?
They ever catch the arson?
Oh, I don't know. Didn't they say that? Didn't they say the top blew off in the storm or something?
Sonny, you gotta stop listening to the media, Sonny.
No, I assume that it was them who blew it off. I didn't know it was fire.
They definitely knew. Okay, this is not ready for prime time. And somebody was very smart and was like, hey, if we destroy the top of this arena, which is like the Carrier Dome in Syracuse, which it's just like turf, or not turf, but like a tarp.
Plastic,
they're like, it's not going to cost that much. And on top of that, like, we'll get away with like pushing this a year. And
can you imagine if there's just like security footage that comes out and Yassir's standing on top of the building with a camel staff, just like...
I thought it would be a tiger with some scissors back then.
Oh, God, I'm dead right now. You guys are fucking killing me.
You look dead.
You have no idea.
Ice cream truck. Pittsburgh. We didn't get up that high. We went We started in LA, went up the West Coast, then back down, and then across the South, and then up the East Coast. So we didn't do anything in the middle. But that was a fun trip. I will be in the ice cream truck at the Masters this year. Top Golf called us back.
So,
dang. Yeah. Weird.
Sonny, is there any better golf tournament than the Masters?
No, dude. I have a Masters tattoo on my arm here.
So I knew that. I saw one of your videos where I saw that, and I'm like, this has to come up organically, which I've completely ruined that now. But the Masters might be the most iconic, not only golf tournament ever, like for a major especially, but just the environment when you're out there. Because you've been out there, right?
I haven't. This will be my first one, and I'm.
Oh my God! Really?
I'm actually, My plan is to try to smuggle in a tattoo machine and put the year in it while I'm out there. I feel like that'll be good content.
That would be dope.
Wow, that would be great content. But if you are going to look out for any of those private parties, make sure to get into a NetJets or a Wheels Up party because those are quite dynamic, I must say.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. So look out for those.
The
NetJets
PJ
has
guys.
normally a day club and then also Wheels Up, and they compete and they try to throw on like the best private jet party possible. And there's some invites out there. If you hang around this year, you'll find your way in.
I got an ice cream truck, so get in.
They're going to be inviting you. They're like, sir, come on in.
Pulling right up onto the 12 green.
Pull on up.
I can't wait to see the fucking iPhone footage from inside this ice cream truck. Like that's amazing.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Dude, we were in it for 3 months nonstop. We drove around the country this summer, LA to Boston.
Oh my goodness!
Where is this content?
In there?
We didn't post that much content, believe it or not. We were kind of just working, passing out free ice cream, and driving 6,000 to 10,000 miles, whatever it was. But it was quite a trip, and I got a lot of Marriott points out of it. So
wonderful.
That's fair. So you weren't sleeping in the ice cream truck then?
No, luckily we actually did pitch them on that originally, and they were like, "We don't think that's sanitary, so we'll get you hotel rooms." And we're like, "All right, I guess that's fine too."
Oh man,
Did you guys get like an official
shit in
grade? I can't. Okay, go ahead, Buttsy. So sorry.
I didn't have anything to say, Matthew.
I was just asking if they got a grade from the good old food department. Whatever that's
called.
No,
he didn't sleep in it, so I'm sure it was like flying colors.
Oh, yeah, no, I don't think because it was free, I think we only needed like peddler's licenses, and then it was just frozen packaged. So we did have our food, and we had to get food safety certified, which was like a 4-hour class that we had to do for it. But
dedication.
Yeah, they took care of us. It was a great summer. I mean, it was a fun way to see the country.
Absolutely. I bet that was a riveting 4 hours, by the way, of just pure education.
Oh yeah. On my little cell phone. I don't even use my computer for anything. I just use my phone for everything. So I'm just zooming in on every sentence, and it was a nightmare.
Oh, dude, I'm the same. Yeah, same here. I have a
I
laptop.
opened my computer for you guys tonight, and it's funny. The camera was so bad that I just hooked up my phone to it to use it as a camera. So
perfect continuity, Cameron. Love that.
Yeah, it looks great though. Like
it really does. Just bright, vivid. I mean,
what do we got in the background there? Who is that on the post?
That's an old our mayor of Providence.
Okay.
He was like during the mob days. There's I'm blanking on his name right now. Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, good guy.
Yeah. Pleasant gentleman. I've heard great things. Absolute great things about him. Oh, the Cognizant guys. The absolute Cognizant. The Cognizant got a little break in my voice there.
Sound like Christopher Walken.
Now, what was this one before it was the Cognizant?
This was the Honda Classic for many years, right? So this takes place at a great golf course, actually, with PGA National. The bear trap, the famous bear trap that comes up, those final finishing holes. This is one of those that a lot of people have said, this should actually be a party type of golf tournament, similar to like Waste Management Phoenix Open. Like this is the type of like place that could hold that authentically without, needing to force it. That was one of the things that I've been saying lately about LIV. It's like, it's pretty inauthentic that like everywhere they go, they try to force like a rave on everybody. It's come on out for golf and a rave.
Adelaide was pretty authentic, I think.
No, Adelaide is. No, Adelaide 100% because there's meth out there.
People at that concert there. That's crazy.
Absolutely nuts out there. Yeah. Which good for them, right? I mean, Australia has been starved for good professional golf for so long, and it's a haven for good professional golfers. I mean, you look at the guys that have come through Australia, it's like, all right, they deserve to have a really cool tournament, and they're party animals. So, like, that's the one authentic spot to have a LIV Golf type of event. But let's face it, like Waste Management Phoenix Open, I would love to see like 3 or 4 of those throughout the year where guys are just like, man, it is way too wild out here. And then we're good. But this could be it.
I think they should do those. I think they should do those from, November to February. And then
the fun events.
And then, if they want to play, let them play. And then, once this, like, I feel like the Honda Classic was really the first, or the Arnold Palmer, like coming up on like this week, next week, that's when the season really feels like it starts.
I agree with you there, Sonny. The one thing that I will say is I love your idea. Like, I feel like Waste Management Phoenix Open could be the major of the party animal like tournaments. Like you could have like 4 party tournaments from like November through, and then you finalize your party atmosphere in February in Scottsdale for the ultimate party animal PGA Tour event.
Right? Who needs TGL? There you go, right there.
Are they? Are those guys are they boozing at all for TGL? Like,
I didn't see them doing that out there. I mean, it very well could have been happening behind closed doors. I know I would be, but I also think they would be a little more entertaining if they were.
Right.
You know what, Matthew?
Openly acknowledging that.
What Matt Fitzpatrick said. Because he changed his name. He went from Matthew when he had the braces. Now he's down to Matt because he got him off, and he's got a blondie who's cute. So he's full Matt now, which I totally get, by the way. I've gone through that process myself.
He fits pretty soon.
Yeah. So
can you imagine the first date? People say I look like Elon.
They were asking him, they're like, Matt, like, are you going to be like drinking out here? And like, I heard they got some beers in the back and so forth. He's like, me? No, I don't drink. No, I don't do it. No. He's like, I would be terrible if I drank. But you had Ludvig, who literally flew in from the Genesis. They're interviewing him with a half-drank Guinness in his hand. Like, there might be some booze going on now, but I will say this, the competitiveness of these guys is coming out in TGL. Like, it wasn't in the beginning. These guys couldn't give a shit. Xander Schauffele hasn't come back. Okay. Like Xander's been away from the sport entirely because of his first experience with the TGL. But now he's like, these guys are being serious with this. Like the matches are actually getting good.
Yeah. At the end of the day too, I mean, if it is something that sticks, somebody's got to win the first one, and I think that matters to those guys. They're athletes. They love to compete. So as long as they're playing for something, yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's why I make the same argument about LIV. Yeah, those guys took the money, but if they have to go out and put their names on the line every weekend, like they're going to try to play well.
That was always my big gripe. Like you just made a really good point. The product or whatever, but there's no way in hell you are teeing it up and not trying to win.
I try to win every time I play with everybody that I know,
no matter what.
Yeah. So it's like whether they know it or not, and I'm sure those guys are the same way, if anybody.
So, Sonny, I went through a whole thing where I followed, covered, and literally watched every match of LIV Golf for 3 years. Okay, for the first 3 seasons,
good run.
Didn't miss a single match. And this year, I finally was just like, you know what? I'm turning heel on LIV. I'm no longer going to like promote it or like be positive about it. But the one thing that I will say is I always defended the players, and I still do, because I said the same thing, especially when Tiger was like, oh, you need to dig it in the dirt in order to find your game and whatnot. I've been around Major League Baseball and like the Dodgers and how much they're paying guys and everything. Some of the hardest working guys are the guys that are being paid the most amount of money. So I think that part of it is complete bullshit. So I'm just going to say that.
That's how they get in that position too, right? Yeah. I mean, those guys work harder than anybody else at the end of the day.
If I have $1 billion in the bank, you still ain't fucking waxing me on the ping pong table in the backyard. Like,
dude, do you have a ping pong table?
I do.
Do you want to play?
One. You do not want this action. You will be
dude. I so badly want that action.
Mesmerized at my lateral speed.
I don't think you know what you're getting into, but you do have. This is the one caveat with Buttsy. He's got good hands. He's got good hands. The hand-eye coordination is impressive. So I think we would actually have a pretty good match.
I'll get LASIK right before it too.
Oh, that's cheating.
You wear contacts?
No, I just squint mainly.
Just man up. That's what I do too.
No,
that's
just
like one of those
squid.
be a man videos. That's a good one for. I'm sure he's
That would be a
God.
really good one for
Don't
that.
get glasses. Be
So,
a man.
Okay,
oh,
glasses. Squint.
Sonny,
Be a man.
have you heard the latest about this whole Buttsy thing about he's playing paintball now?
Oh, I've already talked to him about it. Yeah,
Oh, my
I
God.
slid in his DMs
He's
immediately.
fucking
I
in.
said, I want to come.
You're
and do
in?
like a golf paintball.
Oh,
Of
my
course.
God. All right. I will say this. If Sonny's in, I'm going to have to be in. I feel like I'm going to pull both hamstrings. I did it in slow pitch softball a couple years ago.
Muscle in my body, but it's worth
Day
it. It's
one.
a couple shots off.
I didn't show anything about it, but after day one, I was almost like in the hospital.
I can imagine.
Yeah,
You should have
they're-
recorded that content.
Groin, butt cheeks, everything. Like my lady's pulling me off the shitter in the morning. Like I couldn't even stand up. It was really bad. But now we're good. We've been training for it.
good.
I walk. All right. I walk a lot now. But like Dan Bilzerian said it, and I don't know how you feel about him, super douche probably, but he has a paintball field in his yard, and he made a really good comment. He said, I feel for the amount of adrenaline that's produced, it's probably the safest thing that you could do. You're not jumping out of a plane. You're not
That's a
getting
good point.
actually
You're not
shot
gonna
at.
die.
That's
You're
true.
not gonna, you're not
You get that
backflipping a
feel,
motorcycle.
You feel that though. You
Oh.
get that feeling. Yeah.
Oh, and it's
Yeah.
just addictive, man. Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta get back out there. It's been a long time. But
It's an
High school for me.
NDE.
I mean, that's
Tip
22
98
years.
custom.
Those are what they use for rentals.
Oh yeah, I figured that. That was
So
the
I'll
gun
walk you
back in
through
the
real
day.
quick. So like I went to a rental field, played one game with the rental game, came out, everybody's like, are you gonna play another game? I said, nope, I already know there's better shit. I'm not interested anymore. I'm gonna go buy all the good shit and then I'll be back. And yeah.
Look at him now. Did you start a paintball account yet, or?
No, I'm gonna
I told him
integrate.
to.
I'm gonna integrate here.
No,
I think.
you-
'Cause I know you got the Bass House, and
You got like 12 accounts or something.
He's
Yeah,
got
I know,
he's got
but-
Butsy's house of
It's
cards.
like Butsy's toenails, you know, like
Oh,
my toenail
that's his
collection.
OnlyFans page. Man.
dude, I got such a good idea that for like a feet thing on TikTok. You ever see the videos that people do the hydraulic press
Oh yeah.
where they crush things?
Oh.
Just imagine if you did that with your foot, but you filled a shoe with something, and then you just you made the sound of the hydraulic press like happen, but you also and then you just have your foot smushing into a shoe full of like spaghetti or like all different things, and then you get the brands to pay of what you want to put in the shoe, but you never show your face, and then you get people on Foot Finder to be like, yo, put your foot into this, and they pay.
Yeah.
They pay.
Face reveal would be very expensive.
A lot of foot fetishes out
between
there.
us. But I also, so on the foot thing, I was going to actually tailor it down to toes, and it's big toes only. And it's like a talk show, like Between Two Ferns with Galifianakis. But it's like, I dress my toe up as like Jennifer Topez, and then you dress your big toe up as whatever, like Toe Montana, right?
That's
You have
such
a
a good
helmet on.
idea. Somebody's going to do this.
Right, and we talk to each other for like while our feet are down there, and then like you get the long range, but it's zoomed in on the toe, and they're having a combo. I'm
Dude, that's
Jennifer
amazing.
Topez. You know, I used to throw the long ball, right? Like, you know, just,
Dude, I saw one time I was walking on the beach and somebody had like one of those little surfers that just surfs on its own in the water, like a kid's toy. And
Yeah.
I said to myself, imagine if that guy was just a social media, like if he was an
Just
influencer.
that.
Just him, and he like you just voiced over all of his cool moves and whatever, and like it could be hilarious. Like if you had a golf character that was just a like somebody made a puppet for you, and you can make him an Instagram account, he would blow up so fast.
that is a great idea.
Folks, if you're listening, you need to create that account immediately. Because that's actually a really good idea.
It doesn't even have to be crazy. You could just literally you could even see your hand holding the
That's the
figurine.
funniest part about it. I mean, have you seen Team America? It's
America.
When you can see those strings, it's some of the funniest scenes in the world.
The sex scene in that movie is second.
Oh my
Every time
god.
they're wide, it's just like,
That is classic. That's so good. So the betting odds over at the Cognizant Classic,
Yeah.
folks, we've got Shane Lowry as the favorite at plus 2,000. We've got Russell Henley and Sung Jae. Good old Sung Jae plays well here, by the way. So Sung Jae's kind of a homer type of pick, but he never wins. So plus 2,200 for him. Daniel Berger's plus 2,500. Taylor Pendrith and Sepp Straka plus 28. Min Woo Lee, people say he likes to cook, plus 3,300. Kurt Kitayama, plus 3,500. Denny McCarthy, Davis Thompson, Ben Griffin, Keith Mitchell, plus 4,000. Then you got Jordan Spieth, Cameron Young, JJ Spawn, Ben On at plus 4,500. You've got Alex Smalley, Michael Kim, Max Grazerman, a.k.a. the Timu Rory, as Buttsy likes to refer to him as, Austin Eckroat, and Andrew Novak at plus 5,000. Then we got Patrick Rogers, Nikolai Hogegaard, Ricky Fowler, Billy Horschel, Luke Clinton, Gary Woodland, Harry Hall, and Taylor Moore at plus 5,500. Lucas Glover, who has been keeping a very close eye on. Jonathan Vegas at plus 6,000. Buttsy, I'm going to start with you. Who is your pick for the Cognizant Classic?
I don't know. He hasn't been the same since he stopped wearing those squares shoes, but I got to go with Rep the Set, dude. I feel he's sneaky like that, and he's about due. Yeah, I think he's like right on that roller coaster, and he's about to I still win every now and then, and it's about my time.
Okay. Good old Sepp Straka for good old Buttsy. What about you there, good old Sonny?
Well, it's funny. Before I saw the odds, I was gonna go for Shane Lowry because I watched a few episodes of Full Swing today, and I really like him as a guy. But why is he favored? Is the field bad, or is he playing really well? He hasn't. I'm reading right here. He hasn't gotten a win in the United States in 10 years, in over a decade.
Not good for Shane Lowry. Maybe he's due. Maybe the odds makers are like, yeah. So you're going with Shane Lowry.
Yeah, for the Full Swing effect, I think.
I love that for you. Mm-hmm. I absolutely love that for you. Now, I am going to go with the guy who never wins, but is always up towards the top. And I am really starting to like his caddy on Twitter. Good old Willie Wilcox. I'm going with Sung Jae Im. The king is what he refers to him as. So I'm going with Sung Jae.
I'm a Willie Wilcox guy now, too.
God?
Yeah. What's that?
Is he Wave God Wilcox on the gram? Is that him with the cool little Tom Lehman drop-in move?
I don't follow him. Oh, yes. He's got a big drop inside.
Yeah, that's it.
He lays it way off. One thing that I will say, and I'd like your feedback on this, Sonny. We are getting a dub over of us as a Korean show. So I'm just wondering, how do you think that'll play on social media?
I mean, anybody with a business sense would know it's smart because the game is so huge over there. Are we going to try to hit north too, or just just south?
We actually, for a little while on Twitter, had Kim Jong-un following us for a while. So yeah, I think we've got some north in us for sure.
It was him.
Yeah, we're pretty sure. We did some research. We can't confirm because, accounts on Twitter are tough to track down.
Trace the IP address just inside the demilitarized zone. So
it was definitely Korea. So.
If it's good enough for Mr. Beast to go making it in other languages, I don't see why you guys shouldn't do the same. So yeah,
we're gonna get our sample hopefully this week.
I just want to hear what they make me sound like over there.
Just a whole. I mean, it's gonna sound like gibberish to us, but with the American captions underneath, I think it'll be absolutely priceless.
Yeah, that's gonna be good. You're gonna have to get into that side of Instagram too.
What are we doing here? Why is it so focused on me?
I think we lost our host.
Oh no, Matty! What did you do?
Oh, there he is.
Holy
shit! Apologies,
dude. That was wild. I've never had that happen. I got kicked out of our own studio.
I felt very afraid when that.
You know what it was? We just got attacked by North Korea.
Dude, that's probably true.
We're like the South Park guys with that movie. Remember when they were going to do, and all of a sudden they got threatened.
It could have been it could have been the U.S. too.
America.
Fucking North Korea. They're probably mad you guys are putting your podcast out in Korea.
My God.
Yeah, like the AI algorithm grabbed it.
Shut you right down.
Dude, I got
Dude,
booted. It's like I'm hanging out with you guys, and then all of a sudden I'm like out.
We were doing a pod one night, and I had a TV on behind me, and it was it Tour?
It was
LIV
PGA
coverage.
Tour.
Yeah, PGA Tour for like 2 seconds.
Shut it
And
down.
off.
PGA Tour is quick with it.
They really are.
Their Instagram
Which Buttsy
was
didn't
like,
know that we had some tour officials that will watch the show, and they were not watching it because they like it. Let's put it that way. For a while, I've had caddies on and so forth, and sure enough, they shot us down. I mean, Buttsy, would you say that was within the first 11 seconds?
Yeah, I mean, look, we've had episodes where we go out of our way to throw political correctness to the wind and take big shits on people. And they don't like that.
They're watching.
Nobody does. Nobody does. Except for our audience. Our audience
Could
fucking
be our
loves
own
it.
ego thinking that they're watching, but I'd like to think that. That makes me feel pretty big.
Wow. We got to, I haven't seen this account before. So Troy's Postel Golf, burger with a wild win out of nowhere. Love that.
Why are you
Burger,
pronouncing his
actually.
last name with an accent, though, is what I want to know.
Postel? Is that not how you pronunciate it?
I think we're right back in the Ludvig thing right now.
Troy's Postel.
Couldn't be postal or
Could
something.
be, postal.
I don't want to offend the guy.
Choice postal. Yeah.
Sonny, it just sounds offensive to say.
A couple Millers right now. I just got new tires today.
By the way, I just remembered this. I think from over the weekend, I actually have a couple beers in my golf bag. I grabbed it right before the show came on, straight out of the car. So we shall see. I might go in there in a second because I am running low on whiskey.
You're not hiccuping yet, though. That's good.
Johnnie Walker.
Okay.
Of course.
Where are we at?
Make sure you're 21 years or older, folks. Drink responsibly. Johnnie Walker. All right. We are going back to the notes here.
Babe, I'm sorry. I drank your whole bottle of espresso martini mix, and now I'm wired.
Guys, this is actually the part of the show that we get to have some fun. Because not that you guys haven't had some fun, but this is where we broke the big news today around Bryson DeChambeau. And Bryson asked in their extension conversations with Piff, he asked for $280 million for an extension, which probably seems fair, right? Since Jon Rahm got almost a half a bill, like $500 million, right? It was reported at $600 million, but I think part of that was like projected team equity and so forth. However, Bryson was asked for the $280 million extension, and they rejected it. Now, this has opened up plenty of conversation around Bryson and him coming back to the PGA Tour next season. There is a little bit of a debate because, one, I don't know if you've seen it, Buttsy, or Sonny, you've seen it, but I have not seen the contracts with LIV Golf with these players. So I don't know. I have heard rumors that his contract is through 2026, but he was one of the original signings. And at the time, I remember everybody was saying, and we were reporting it as well, that it was a 3-year deal. And so that would put them through this year. And this is by the way, top officials within the tour. So this is not some random source. I was also talking with a media outlet that typically doesn't agree with what I have to say on X under Pullhook Golf. However, they were saying something very similar around the fact that, how 2022 was very much so the year where everybody, you were hearing rumors about everybody going to LIV. All the top talent, because LIV was trying to poach everybody. They were in line with the fact that this year is probably the year we're going to start hearing about everybody who is moving back over to the PGA Tour, because that's where we're at. And I don't know, did you guys catch everything that happened last week?
You got the acid reflux shit going. That's how I know.
You had to say it. You had to absolutely say it and then screw me over. And now I'm thinking about it. And now I'm like, I need to burp. And it's literally just scotch that's coming back up, which tastes delicious, by the way.
My man is
especially when
it's
Johnnie Walker Blue. But that being said, fuck.
And did you
What was I even just saying?
You can see it in the cheeks, too.
Oh yeah, it starts getting rosy. Buttsy was claiming he had melanoma one show.
I just ate some more Play-Doh. Give me a second. So,
Grab a beer. Wash that down. Wash that acid reflux down.
It's just warm, by the way.
God, you need a drinking fountain in there.
The mountains are not blue on this one, but we're to the point of the show where I need to have something.
Oh, shit.
Oh, that's delicious. By the way, folks, I just pulled a warm beer from the weekend out of my golf bag. That is a Coors Light. Where were we?
We were in the grips of the LIV contracts, I believe, and them being 3 years, and yeah, I'm not real fucking.
And everybody's starting to come back to the PGA Tour now because it's not going the other way, right? When's the last time I heard somebody going to LIV?
Correct. I think PIF, from everything that I'm hearing, is basically done paying these guys these contracts. At the end of last week, we had the meeting that was supposed to be the meeting that pushed everything forward. We were going to unify the game of golf. Tiger was there. We had good old President Trump running the show. We had Jay Monahan. We had Yasir. We had Adam Scott. All these guys were there, and unfortunately, that meeting did not go well. And now we basically are in a position to where it's no longer going to happen. However, now we're in a situation where, yeah, that's not looking likely whatsoever. So no wonder Bryson went and tried to get an extension done with PIF at this point.
Absolutely.
Little milking action.
That's a camel that he's milking.
Just do not. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Sonny, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Not to put you on the spot, but
no. I think, I'm sure he probably wants to, keep it running. But I think it served its purpose. And so, are you saying the talks with them this past week didn't go well, as in they're not going to have a piece of the PGA Tour in the future, or it's off the table now?
Like, everything is kind of off the table at the moment.
Well, I guess he has to keep LIV then until they change their mind.
He didn't want to get rid of it at all. Like, he got to the point to where, like, it's ready to move forward, right? And all of a sudden he's like, I don't know. Like, the one thing that's not going to change. He's made too many promises, said too many things about how he wants team golf moving in the future. PGA Tour obviously looks at that as the TGL, and Yasir looks at that as LIV. And so it's not looking likely. Now, Anti-LIV here, who, by the way, is somebody in mergers and acquisitions, because he knows way too fucking much about mergers and acquisitions and like law. And that's one of the reasons why I'm just like, yeah, at least he's super intelligent when it comes to like the shit that he says. Has talked about like antitrust and how this will never go through unless like it gets pushed through by the president. And with the president kind of taking the stance that, no, LIV, you're going away if this is all going through. We're going to have a unified like PGA Tour. Everybody's coming back, and that's the way it's going to be. And that's the only way. Guess what? It's not going to sit well with good old Yasir, and so it did not.
Yeah, it's like Zelensky, pretty much the exact same thing.
Peter Malnati. Peter, how in the hell do you say his last name?
Malnati.
Peter Malnati actually came out and said I think it was with golf.com, if I'm not mistaken. I saw it today. Didn't write it down, but he said something about the fact that, look, Trump is just trying to get a win in like with this and wants to take credit for bringing golf back together, which is an interesting thing to come from Peter. Peter's normally pretty well spoken and pretty like, he's known as like the nicest guy on the PGA Tour, by the way. Yeah, same as Patrick Reed, though.
Yeah, I mean, that doesn't surprise me that he would want to be a part of that if he could, right?
Yeah,
I think everybody wants to be that hero right now. I think we're at the point where we just want to see everybody together now. Yeah, it's over the whole
Yeah, I think. I mean, if Yasir hangs on, it just becomes like the XFL. Like you're gonna get like
which I would be
nobody
cool
over
with if
there.
he was hiring like us, you know, like creators who could play. Then it'd be cool.
That might be a product that actually like works.
I know.
So I called it out today. I kind of see them as being the mini tour league of team golf. Like a bunch of young guys who are trying to make their way, and they're just like scrapping it up in team golf. But I would love to see it just go completely match play if they go that route. Like screw the individual golf tournament.
Yeah,
Or even just like Ryder Cup style every week, you know, just something. Because the way that they do it is they did not figure it out.
No, they had an individual golf tournament every single week with teams. Like that's all it was. Like nobody was paying attention to the teams really, other than potentially some cult followers.
That's
but
a
like,
fact. I would go check the app when I tried to give it the college try, and the first thing I went to was whatever's going on over there. Who's winning? Like who's leading? Like
That was
who
it.
shot the lowest score. Yeah, so. I don't know. The guy that shot 75 for 3 days, making $4 million at the end of it because his teammates carried him, is like, I don't know.
their big save this year, like PR wise, was we signed a deal with Fox Sports, right? And all of a sudden, the problem with Fox Sports, you're going to see those viewership numbers. And guess what? They were not pretty. Not pretty at all through any event so far.
How much do you think they paid Fox Sports to title it that way, right? Like that's kind of probably what happened. Like, hey, we'll give you fucking 600 million, and we get to say that we're broadcast on your network, and it gives us some clout. I don't know.
There's been 2 international sources around this that have said that that Fox Sports paid a nominal licensing fee. Nominal.
Well,
They threw in the word nominal. 30 cents.
If you were to explain that to a 5-year-old, the word nominal, how would you explain that?
I don't think I could. Oh, by the way, I almost forgot to bring it up too. They just sent so that this source actually texted me before the show tonight. And guess who else, I don't think this is a surprise. I don't even think this would be as big of news as Bryson potentially coming back. Are you guys surprised at all when you hear that Brooks Koepka is coming back to the PGA Tour?
I'm very surprised. That's crazy. And
The ultimate troll.
no, I thought maybe, if LIV didn't work out, he'd just start his own tour, to be honest.
So the past couple of weeks, Sonny, with Buttsy, we have gotten that the Hero World Challenge should be a major championship.
Oh, yeah, we didn't even touch on that tonight. And
What was the other one?
well, let's back up a second to the Hero.
Yeah, let's go back to the Hero.
How many times have I said this now? And I don't even know why
I
you
think
laugh.
this is like week 5 now.
Well, it's crazy that you continue to disagree with me. It's
No. I accept where you're going with the Hero World Challenge because if it was in America, I think it could be
it
a
is
US
the
Open.
hardest test of golf that those guys have ever seen in their lives. And it's probably layout wise. I don't know who designed it, but that guy.
I wonder why we don't have credibility. I do wonder sometimes.
What do you mean by that?
Because LIV Golf Adelaide should be the 6th major.
No, but the Hero is world class.
Tiger sets it up, right?
Yeah, and look there you go, brand awareness right there. It's the number 1 golf course that those guys play, like in the world, and from a tournament perspective and a depth of the field, we all know that it stands in a league all of its own, and people play their whole lives to get the opportunity to get the invite to go out there. It's the number 1 test that they experience in their professional careers.
I do love that. Yeah. I mean, just the way he puts it, right, Sonny, is just like incredible to where
I've never been more in on the Hero World Challenge.
Gotta really pay attention
And
this
even
year.
tune in next year. This year, next year, there.
This year.
I've been trying to get tickets.
You're
It's harder. It's harder to get tickets there than it is to get like Masters tickets. And I put in my spot right after this year ended. Got denied because there's like 2 or 3 million people on the waiting list. they don't have the capacity to have that many people out there. So I continue to wait patiently. I really hope that I get the opportunity to go out there and watch that tournament. It's the best there is.
I hope
I think
you do
maybe if
too,
you
man.
sent a letter and talked about your stance on it, I think they'd let you in for sure.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea. And I need to reach out, maybe end up with an email address.
We'll find you somebody.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah, of course.
With you involved now, like that.
Yeah, it's a no. It's done.
I'd be like
Done
a
deal.
Make-A-Wish kid, like literally overnight.
Sonny, would you sign off on that? Like if he sent you the letter and was like, "Hey, can I get a signature from you to like back me?"
100%. Yeah,
I love that.
Disruption.
Building community, you know?
Yeah. If I knew I had a month left, like that's the only place that I'd want to go.
Yeah. Butsy's Make-A-Wish. It's the
Thanks,
Hero
man.
World Challenge.
Thank you. I'm alive, right? Like I'm fine, and I get emotional talking about it. It's just
I think that's actually a fact.
Mining on my mind. It is a fact.
He's not trolling. He's not
We
fucking
can get
around.
into the
Like, that's a real
process, the
fact.
mining process. If you
oh,
want.
dude, I could see like a 20 handicap, like trying to explain that to his buddy. No, it's the sands from the same mine.
Yes, that's all they got.
Like there's a
What are
mine
the talking
that just
points?
produces Augusta.
Just Augusta. Just crushing quartz all day for Augusta and TGL.
Gotta love it. Gotta absolutely love it. All right, gents.
Good
You guys
shit.
ready for the sign off? By the way, Sonny, we want to see some dance moves out of you, okay? We've got this song that plays at the end of our episodes.
It'll take you. It'll just take you.
I love a good song.
Yeah, just let it flow. It's a banger. It's an absolute banger. You ready for this? Take a deep
Hit it.
breath.
Play it.
Let's get it.
Quit laughing.